1992, there was a video game of Mortal Kombat released, and it consisted of like characters that would fight, and it had a lot of violence in it. And in 1993, there was a second version released with a character named Katana, and her weapons during the fights were hand fans that had blades on them. So today I'm going to tell you about the history of the Sensu and Tessen fans by first telling you about the history of the fans, and second, the current applications, and third, the cultural significance. So the exact origin of the hand fans was never found. According to Purdue University, there was a fan found 4,000 years ago in in Egypt. And another was known to be invented in the early years in Japan or China. And it was not only a handheld fan, but it was also made to be able to use it as a weapon. They would insert blades at the ends, and they were called tessens. According to Japan, objects, a monk named Monk Chonan used to gift these hand fans to the Chinese emperor. And after this happened, they created laws that restricted the use of the hand fans to only people that were part of a certain social class. So the number of strips of wood on each fan would represent the social class that they were in. They even began to use them in dances and ceremonies and as symbols of royalty and wealth. However, there have been many different techniques, not only in the way that they were made, but also in the way that they were used. So now that I told you about the history, I'm going to tell you about the current applications. The most common way of using the sensu is actually using it as a hand fan. Now there are more technological approaches to this invention, like they have electric hand fans that you can buy like at the dollar store. There are still some of the hand fans that are known to have blades in them. Those are called tessens. These are not as popular as they were before because now there's more advanced technological weapons, but some people still take interest in them. They used to be used by soldiers in wars. Some people still collect them, but they can mostly be found in museums. Another way that the hand fan is used today is in the art of dance. There was a traditional Chinese fan dance created using the sensu. According to Love to Know, the traditional Chinese fan dance has been a part of the Chinese heritage for more than 2,000 years. It began as a way to help pass down stories and traditions of Chinese culture. These dances are often seen at festivals, theater performances, and other exhibition-style events where they are able to promote their rich roots in history. So now that I told you about the current applications, I'm going to tell you about the cultural significance. These fans were seen as sacred instruments, and they were used in religious ceremonies. The Japanese believed that the top of the handle of the fan symbolized the beginning of life, and the ribs stand for the roads of life going out to all directions to bring good fortune and happiness. According to attractive hand fans, there is evidence that tells us early as the 6th century AD in Fukuoka, a wall painting of a burial showed drawings of fans. The fans were a symbol of power and royalty. Hand fans were also used as a secret language. According to Wardrobe Shop, the fans allowed for romantic exchanges between people. When a woman waved it slowly, it meant that they were married, and if they waved it really fast, it meant that they were engaged. If a woman held it almost closed, fan really close to her lips, it meant that she desired a kiss. A woman twirling her fan in her right hand let interested men know that she was in love with someone else. And if she would draw a closed fan slowly through her hands, it meant that she hated them. So today I told you first about the history of the sensu, and I talked about the current applications, and third I talked about the cultural significance. Remember when I told you about Kitana, the Mortal Kombat character? Her specialty was fighting using tessens. She used them the way people used to use them before in battles. A frog in a well does not know of the Great Sea. In other words, some people never know of the world because that's out of their vicinity or experience because they are sheltered by their narrow mind.